Whoa, y'all know what this is. Don't play with us, play with your kids. It's that time of the week to hear us speak. This is Universal Citizens, as usual. You know I got my 3 pillars of this pyramid with me. Renee, what's poppin', baby?
Hey, I'm good to be here. Good to be here. Good to be here.
Blessed to be here.
Blessed
DJ,
to be
where
here.
you at?
Man, chilling.
All right, well, look, y'all make sure y'all get out there and y'all go follow us on all social media. Make sure y'all get on Instagram and follow mainly go and follow the podcast page at Universal_Citizens318. Make sure you follow myself at TRoss_318. Follow my man Renell at RenellJ, and follow CJ at A_Humbled_Center. So, fellas, we in the new week. Y'all know how we do on this thing. I gotta check everybody's temperature where y'all at.
Hey, school done started back. I'm in this virtual learning. I'm doing good. I'm doing good so far. I'm doing the work and putting my baby name on it.
They don't tell on you.
Hey, we in this together, Ross.
Yeah, but they don't need to know that.
Well, I got the other side, Ross. So we in our second week and we on campus. So I ain't got to worry about none of that. She doing her own work.
Yeah, y'all got 2 different sides here. See, that's the beauty of this thing, people. Different perspectives and you get different views. I know a lot of people that are viewing this. And by the way, hold on, I just want to take time out. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that went and liked the page and is keeping up with us. We, like 300? I hadn't checked it, but we doing some pretty good numbers considering we just, we've been doing this thing since, April, and we just throwing it out there, but we appreciate all the love, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in. We're going to get interactive with y'all. Eventually, we're going to take some questions and field some of y'all concerns and talk about some of the things that y'all want to talk about. So, just make sure y'all stay tuned in. But yeah, man, so school.
Drop the comments in the YouTube.
Yeah, drop the comments on that YouTube. The link will be in the post or whatever, it'll be in there. So y'all know how it go, man. We trying to figure this thing out. So, yeah, school starting back. What else man?
Hey, COVID's still out there, man. I had to wear a mask today at a wedding rehearsal, so hey.
Yeah, that's gonna be something. Like, so is the bride and groom gonna have masks on?
That's what I was asking. I was like, I guess so. Like, dude, this is the first time I went somewhere and they checked my temperature. So I was like,
yeah, I haven't felt that one yet. Yeah,
I guess they doing it away. I'm like, okay, so what? What if I do have a little fever? I mean, I don't know. I guess I gotta go home, but yeah. I never been to a COVID.
You going home?
You're no longer invited. I mean, we
got. I never been to a COVID wedding, so this is gonna be my first COVID wedding. So I'm gonna see how this one kind of play out or whatever.
Ross, how was it out there in the mountains? Was they masked up?
Man, you know what? What's crazy is they got a little bit tighter wrap on it than we do in Texas. I mean, I don't know what y'all got going over there across this state line in Louisiana, but trying to go and do stuff that you would normally do, like say you want to go get some coffee at maybe 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, closed. Everything shutting down early.
Closing early.
Everything closing early. I mean, of course, you got to wear a mask and all that kind of stuff. The dispensaries, you had to wear masks in those as well. Yeah, I did visit one of those. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. But yeah, man, overall, man, like, I'm telling you, I didn't find out that heights wasn't my thing until I got to the top of a damn mountain and figured out it just wasn't for me. So, but yeah, man, if y'all get a chance to get out there and go see some things, make sure y'all go to Colorado, Pikes Peak. It was pretty cool.
I told you, if heights was your thing, you'll have wings.
Exactly. If God wanted me to be that high up, he would have.
Look, I don't think heights is too many people things, especially when you get up there. Like you said, you think it's your thing, but.
Man, I'm telling you, I thought I was good, but it had this point, like it said, once you go above the tree line, and it was like another 6,000 to 7,000 feet. And once you stop seeing trees and you don't see you looking down on the trees, it's like, oh, hell no, this ain't me, Jack. Don't get back down there where I belong.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, man, that was pretty much it. But just want to throw out there that this show is definitely sponsored by A Humble Center. Make sure y'all get on Amazon.com, add it to your Kindle. Go ahead and cop that. That's what it is. So, fellas, let's go on and jump into it. So, this first question, I'm sure we all done dealt with it before. Growing up as black men, we've heard it. As black people, do we hinder our kids when we give them that, oh, well, when you turn 18, you got to get out speech? Like, do we hurt them or do we help?
Well, hey, if you hurt them, I was hurt. Because, hey, my dad was old school. My dad was like, you 18, you on your own. Now, I'm going to say this. Not necessarily like on your own where you can't ask me for help, but like when you getting toward that 18, they kind of start giving you that speech like, boy, you're almost 18. Like you're going to be on your own or whatever. And I feel like it can help you and it can hurt you. It's kind of like you sink or you swim. So it's like I remember times when, man, one time, my dad probably watched the show eventually one day, but he gonna watch this. Man, one time this dude, like I got dropped off at work a long way from work. Had to beg for the ride to get to work. I'm 18, 19 or whatever. I'm working, man. And this dude was like, I'm calling late night, like, hey, can you come get me? He's like, man, you'll figure it out. So I'm like, man, I'm making like minimum wage. I don't have no car or nothing. And it's like, he just threw me out there, but I figured it out. Now I feel like when you get put out there like that, it can slow you down because you're going to have a job that you ain't making a lot of money. You starting out with nothing. So it's like you just studied climbing the uphill battle to get to normal. And then when you could have just stayed in the nest and kicked in a little bit and got on your feet the right way, and then you could have started off, better than what you got through out the end or whatever. But then again, you got some circumstances where people feel like they hindering their kids by letting them stay there. So I understand that too. But if I could and then I'm gonna tell you too what to do. When you get on bad times, you don't want to move back in because you've been taught the whole time, I can't come back because I'm grown. But it's like you didn't set me up kind of almost like behind the 8 ball. So it's like, I think you should, I'm telling you, in my situation, my kids can stay long as they working towards something and doing that, because like, I think you should just like, you got to slow it down on that 18 or whatever. Let's not put a number on it. Like, let's just say when you get on your feet the right way, then you can go out there. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I feel you on that because, like I said, we all done heard that speech or had that talk before. Like, I know damn well my mama, she was like, you gonna work or you gonna go to school. So
yeah.
If you ain't trying to get a job after you graduate, you need to take your ass to school. You ain't gonna take your ass to school, you need to get a job. But at the same time, it's like, you gotta understand, man, as an 18-year-old, you throwing an 18-year-old, like let's just say you in one of them situations where they say, okay, well you gone, you gotta go. And you put them out. Man, that 18-year-old don't know how to balance no account.
Don't know shit, Ross.
Don't know nothing about no credit score. It's like you said, Renee, you put them behind an 8 ball already, and it's like they gonna see all these opportunities. Come get this credit card. Come get this loan. Shit, I ain't got no money. I'm hungry. My ribs are touching. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm gonna go get that money, but now you've created a debt that you got to deal with when you 25, 30 years old because folks said get on out there at 18. If you ready, then okay. But see, and Chelsea and everybody can speak to this on this podcast. It's like we had different routes because when 18 hit, we want to play ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it really wasn't really okay, well shit, I gotta go get a job, go do this. But knowing that really ain't gonna help these kids that are in those situations, it's like, man, I'm not a fan of it. I would never do I'm like you, Renee. Like, you can stay here as long as you're doing something positive and you take the damn trash out and other things I tell you to do, you can stay in on some deals, maybe. I got you.
Yeah, man, that shit is ridiculous, really. I don't know who I heard talking about this. But yeah, at 18, you knows nothing. Nothing. It's no way. That's so old school. Like, I wonder if people still like. I don't think people still doing it like that no more though.
You surprised, son?
Yeah, I guess so. But it's really all about like y'all say, having a plan.
Yeah.
The kid could be 18 and not going to school, or not maybe wanting to work. They might want to go what they call it, study abroad or something, like, you know what I mean? You got to give these kids, this is what you got to do. You got to give these kids a little room to like figure out what they want to do. Like, damn, like, don't look, this is what I used to hate. What you hear, boy, when I worked that 1 year with them seniors, you know the question everybody always asks, what you doing when you graduate? What you doing when you graduate? What you doing when you graduate? You going to school? You gonna go join the army, the firefighter, you gonna do this? And it's just like, man, really, man, you need time to be like, okay, like I'm out of school, so like now what? Like, and
you might even need to try different things out to see which one you like out of the things.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta fall to see where you want to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta fall. Trust me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you, like, man, like how you were saying about the credit cards and all that type of stuff. It's like, you put me out at 18, I don't know nothing. I'm working at McDonald's. My roommate working at McDonald's. We sharing the car that ain't really working. So we just struggling. What's
the point in this?
It's the thought process that they feel like when you get 18, I remember hearing this all the time.
You're going to take your lumps.
Boy, you about to be 18. What you going to do? You going to play football? You going to the army? They hit you with old school. They hit you with that firefighter, police officer, which I get the plan, like you say, but it's like, dude, don't put me out. I don't even know what a leasing office is. You got to slow down, man, because I'm going to tell you something. Them kids that get the chance to like fall and they study getting help by their parents and stuff, they always end up in a better long road. Like they starting off better, and you just now study trying to get your stuff together. But they just stay with their mom and dad until they 27, and that sound. I'm gonna tell you something too about a kid. A kid gonna move out when they want to, because you ain't gonna have to push them out. They gonna get grown enough to say, man, I'm ready to go anyway.
No more.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
I want to have a company. I want to do this and do that. So we got to stop at 18 though. It just like when you ready or whatever.
Because then look, it put it on them too. It put it on them, like you said, shoot, man, kids start hearing that at 10 years old. You know what I mean? Like 12 years old. Like then at 18, it's this big magical number. And then look, when you graduate high school, that's a big milestone type of thing that come with being 18, and it's like, man, that puts so much pressure on them kids, and they just make up some bull that they want to be or do, and then they really have nothing, like you said, and then they go out and struggle, and then after a while, watch this, you struggle so long, after a while you say, fuck it, and they're like, you don't even try to do nothing else no more.
I was gonna say, because you used to struggling, so you just like, man, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I figured it out.
You lose hope, like.
And then, like you said, you can't go back home because you got in your head, oh, I'm grown. I can't be staying with no grown person. Like they put me out at 18. And I know I can't go back now. So I definitely feel like you got to slow it down or whatever. And it's harder on boys too. You know how we on boys, like.
Oh yeah.
Girls might got 20. A dude, he got 18 or whatever.
Oh yeah, 18 on the dude, like, yeah, you better figure something out. And see, I think, now let me just throw like a little sidebar in there. Do you think like that mentality plays into the fact of like some of the issues that us as black men evolve and end up having? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all that pressure as far as like, well, damn, I gotta figure this out. Like my folks done kicked me out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, watch this, Ross. You know what you're saying? What I hear is it's like, think about how early that pressure started.
Exactly. But
a lot of people, that pressure started at like 13, 14, they come from, where we come from.
Yeah, like you said, like you start hearing that talk at 10, 11, 12, boy, hey, I go to high school, you get 18, better figure something out, you ain't staying here. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, like.
Oh, you know what they hear, Ross? Boy, I can't wait till you turn 18. You can get
that's the one. That's the one. No.
That's the one.
Now, what I can say though, to give my dad a credit, I can say this. With him telling me you got to figure it out, I did learn how to do a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have learned at an early age to do. So it's like when I know I can't depend on him to get me back and forth to work, I figured it out and it kind of helped me. Now I'm like, well, I know I can't ask my dad to do this, this, and that. I figured out some things, but the pressure didn't have to be there. But in his mind, he probably felt like, well, if I don't pressure him, he ain't gonna know or whatever. So it's like it gotta be a thin line between like the way you help me learn to do stuff on my own or whatever. Just don't throw me out there, but let me know like, hey, hey, on Monday and Tuesday, you find your way home, whatever. And okay, I know it, but at the end of the day, sometimes you can count on the parents. You sometimes can, like, so sometimes you got different situations or whatever. I learned how to ride the bus.
If they should be able to stay in the house as long as they got a plan, y'all set boundaries and like work the plan, then everything should be cool.
Yeah, that's really
what they trying to do something.
That's really what it all boils down to.
At 18.
It really just boils down to the boundaries because you do have, certain youth that will get comfortable and feel like, okay, well, mom and pops letting me stay here. Like,
you can't let them do that, though. You can't let them get comfortable.
Exactly. Right. See, you definitely let them get comfortable. So, really, basically, the basis of that is just, like, us as a black community. And I mean, I can't tell nobody how to raise their kids. I damn sure can't do that. But, I think we gotta handle these kids a little bit differently. I mean, if that's the background that you came from and that's what you're leaning on and you got kids moving forward, we gotta change the narrative. Ain't that one thing they say? Change the narrative. But that's actually a good segue to this next topic because it's talking about timelines. Basically with that. So this is a question that I've had discussions with different people about, especially when it comes to relationships. Should relationships have timelines?
That dude love this question.
Let me go on and roll the dice real quick and throw them out there on the table. I'm gonna say this. And this is coming from a male standpoint. So really, I'm speaking to the females on this. When it comes to like setting up timelines for your relationship, I feel like, in short, I feel like you kind of setting yourself up to fail. And this is why, because you don't ever want to put expectations on somebody, especially if you just not getting into the situation or the relationship, and you trying to figure each other out, but you going into it. I want to be married within 2 years. Okay, you still got to get to know this person. So once that 2 or 3 years.
I got a question. I got a question about the timeline. See what you mean. So you saying that even before they even get in a relationship, they putting time frames on when certain stuff's supposed to be to happen.
Yeah. Because I'm just speaking off
6 months we're supposed to do this. And 1 year we're supposed to do this. Like,
there you go.
Right.
So it's like I feel like I say you setting yourself up for failure because if you going into a new situation with those expectations and timelines, and once you hit that target date in your mind and it doesn't happen, it's like, what's wrong? But when really ain't shit wrong, everything's been perfect. But it didn't line up with your timeline. So now it's like, well, damn, what did I do wrong? Hey, baby girl, no one in particular, but it's like, you didn't do nothing wrong. Let's just groove. Let's talk about this. Like, let's figure this out together and let's see where we can come to a common ground. Don't go into this with, I want to be engaged within 3 years, and then 3 years comes and you sitting around looking. And homeboy over here really in the back of his mind might be thinking like, man, I think I'm ready to pull the trigger. But then you come with that, well, it's been 3 years. What are you gonna do? What are we doing? And it's like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's talk about this in a different tone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's handle this differently. Like, does anybody else want to speak on this? Because I feel like I'm just running my mouth.
No, you had a lot to say. I'm gonna say this first off. These views is expressed by Renell Johnson.
Hey, and I do not endorse these views.
You might not endorse them. I'm gonna tell you though. You got a married man at the top of me or whatever screen you on. I know you ain't never been married, Ross. I ain't never been married. But I co-sign a lot what you said, mostly all of what you said, because I'm gonna say this. People think that, like you say, they come in there with this, everything gonna go this way. It's gonna move like this, it's gonna move like this and this and that. First off, circumstances change all the time. Everybody different. You can't get married because Ross got married in 4 years. You think I got to marry you in 4 years. Susie's on the outside study telling you, oh, he ain't proposed yet. Oh, he ain't trying to be with you. Like you say. And on your in your mind, you like, oh man, it's the girl of my dreams. We're gonna get married and all this. But in her mind, she like, well, if he thought that, he would have married me 2 years ago or this and that, like on the fourth day of Christmas, or however they go or whatever. It's like
the Christmas carols on y'all ass. That boy,
it don't work like that. It don't work like that, man. I'm telling you, like these expectations. I'm gonna tell you something too. I always been accused of the slow grinder. Like I'm a groove person. Like, man, let's take our time, because guess what? If you're gonna be here forever, what's the rush? Like, let's get to know each other. Get to know my family. Let me get to know your family. Like, what's this big deal or whatever? Because you know why? The family be pressing them, the friends be pressing them. In their mind, they like I had dates like that too. I'll be married before this and before that. You know, and it's like it's just like, man, don't put expectations on it like as far as a calendar. But you do have to understand, if you're in a relationship and you feel like it ain't going nowhere, I understand that. Then you got to start putting the timeline where, man, like I asked you what you wanted to do, and you know you kind of like don't seem like you want to. It's communication or whatever. Like you say, the dude that want to be married.
I done listened to this long enough.
Now let me tell you something. Let me say this last thing.
The married man want to come in and
because I'm gonna say this last thing. If I'm in a relationship and it's rolling happy and you happy, don't let Chess come and tell you, oh, he ain't married you yet.
Oh, because he'll do it. He messy. Who him messy?
Yeah. And he just got married probably. You know.
Like, look.
Because he got somebody pregnant. You know, like.
Look, they got a certain, they done found their little swag or whatever. It's like, damn, dog, you ain't gonna get married, dog. What you waiting on, man? Like, bro, like.
Okay, I thought about one thing while you were talking, Renee. All right. You definitely look. That timeline stuff, you know what I was thinking about when you said that, Ross? Like, man, grown up people still doing that?
Yeah, there you go. Continue.
Like, if you above 25, I guess, probably 25. A little older. Let's just 25. Say 25. 25. Timelines, that's just crazy. Like, that's not gonna happen. Like you said, you're setting yourself up for failure. But then look, okay, so yeah, I'm all about grooving. I grooved for a while. I groove. This the question I had. Watch this. What make it go somewhere? Renee said like we, you know, let's see where we go, and then it's like, okay, so look, I'm chilling, I'm grooving with you, I'm the girl, and I'm grooving with you, right? We grooving, and then so I'm like, so I don't want to put a timeline. I don't want to say where we've been 3, 4 years, but when do I
say the famous line? Say the famous line.
What?
Say it. What we doing? What
is this? What are we doing here?
After the third date, what we doing?
What we doing? Now wait a minute.
Hold on. If you going, this is what I think. As a grown up, that means over 30. Man, if you'd have been dating somebody or y'all have been kicking it or doing whatever about 3, 4 years.
So you got a timeline.
Put it like this. At 3, 4 years, I ain't got no timeline, but at 3, 4 years, I feel like I got to sit down and see, like, man, what the hell going on here? Like, am I gonna keep doing this, or do I need to just go ahead and get rid of her or him or whatever?
So is that a conversation you have with the person?
That's a conversation you have with yourself first.
Yeah, there you go. First of all, with yourself.
You gotta figure that out with yourself first.
But then eventually, you definitely need to sit down and have that conversation. But back to what you said, Renee, talking about you just grooving again. Those views are those of Renell Johnson and his alum.
Well, I'm gonna have to clarify grooving in a minute. But go ahead.
Because I have been a groover myself. And I'm not saying that I'm just Mr. Shoot to the moon now, but at the same time, it's like I've seen that, like, man, that shit is not cool. Like, if you know you don't want to do that with her, then, like, just let her fly. But if I get what you're saying, Renee, as far as, like, the groove, like, if you've been doing it with her, like, y'all been, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth or, you know, dating how y'all date or whatever, spending time for the last 2-3 years, you feel like you grooving because everything is cool. But it go to what Chess says, like, you still learning each other. So it's like, it's on your mind, but don't force me or don't paint me in a corner to give you an answer that I'm still trying to figure out in my own mind.
But if I'm
let me ask you, hold on, let me
ask you one thing. I want to get the definition of grooving.
Yeah.
If I'm grooving with you, Ross,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I'm thinking it though, like I don't know what's going on. So it's like
you coming from the woman perspective, right?
It could be the male now. Let's not do that.
Yeah, because don't get it confused. These women, yeah.
We're gonna always clarify. It ain't no sexism.
Yeah, it could be the woman, you know, dragging
we play both sides of the fence. Ain't no type of discrimination.
So it's like, yeah, if the person is thinking like, well, dang, like what we doing, like I also agree with y'all that like once a man, for sure, I can speak from a man. Once a man hear that, like what we doing or like where this going, it's like, oh, like golly, like don't do that because I really could be, you know, going with you. But yeah, go ahead, dude. What's up with this groove?
Okay,
yeah, I want to know about the groove.
Well, first off, when I say grooving, I'm saying like the boyfriend girlfriend thing is so quickly thrown out there. You can go on a date with a girl, kick it with a girl like 2-3 dates, and then they like, what we doing? And you like, I don't really know yet. Like, you know, what's your middle name? Like, slow down. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, slow down a little. Now, I do agree with you got to have a goal and you got to have like a plan in place. But I'm gonna tell you something too. This goes back to just like the truth. Every man and every girl know when they talking to somebody, the actions of their other person that they dealing with, they know what's going on. If I ain't took you to meet my family, I ain't took you to meet my kids, I ain't done nothing but come kick it at your house every day,
yeah.
You know we just kicking it. So it's like, don't try to say what we doing, we kicking it.
What about when we just went up to that level, Ross?
What
level?
Well, I done met the family. I done did.
Yeah, that's understandable.
You know, and I'm still kind of like, what we doing?
Because I was about to say, it's almost like it's a double standard with that. Because it's like it's almost like an expectation you set with yourself. Like, well, she ain't met the family or she ain't met, you know, the homeboys. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like we kind of set that expectation within our own selves with that part of it. But to speak on what Jessica said, if she has met the family and did all that, then yeah, it's like.
And look, Ross, she like this, like.
Hey, what they was 3 hours later, and that was SpongeBob saying.
Hey, let me ask you this then, Ross. Okay, let me ask you this. Let's say you, like you said, you got a girl over here 3 years in, she like, well, where the ring or whatever. And you in your mind, you like, man, when I get this little stimulus package check next time, I'm getting
it now. Come on.
No, I know what I'm saying. Oh, check it out. You saying in your mind, like, hey, when I get that stimulus, I'm going to get that ring. And then she hit you with well, me and Karen was over here talking, and she said after 3 years, you should have been proposed and this and that. So it has soured your mood, and you like, I was gonna propose, man. I ain't tell you, but since you said it, like, it just like, man, don't wait. My thing is, don't become a skeleton waiting on nobody, but don't put a timeline on it based off these expectations that you got from another relationship or another person. But you can't just sit there and be looking stupid. But if Chess got married in 10 years, I got married in 4.
Who puts the definition of what a skeleton is? Like, how long do I become a skeleton? Like, do you tell me?
Right.
Do Ross tell me?
Individual.
Do I go ask somebody around the corner? Like, am I a skeleton yet? Like, what's going on?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you got married after 10 years, Ross got married after 5, I got married in 3. Who was the skeleton? I mean, like everything is individualized. Like so.
That is true. That is true. But see, that's when it always comes down to the communication part.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You know your partner, and your partner has to know you. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't even be a year in and don't know like what the true intentions of that person are. Like,
I got it, Ross. I'm gonna help people out, Ross. You're right. You're definitely right. It's all about that. And because guess what? This is what'll happen though. People will fool themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you said, you know these people's intentions, you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So
I said that.
Yourself. What you say?
I told you, if you only come to my house to watch the movies and we only like going to my homeboy house, we kicking it, and then you sitting back in your mind telling yourself like, I see marriage down the line. Like, you know you don't.
So let me ask this question then. If I have met the family, I'm going to holidays, Thanksgiving, you know, I'm in the kitchen making a sweet potato pie with grandma, you know what I'm saying, doing all that. So look, if I'm in that position, can I be kind of thinking like, well, that ring, you know, might be, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
That's fair, Rob? That's fair?
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
That is fair. Look,
let me tell you something. Oh, if you in practice and you making plays every week, you can expect to start getting in the game. So I mean, you know what you're doing. You cooking sweet potato pie. You get interceptions. You go get in the game.
So making the sweet potato pie with grandma. That's a 3 interception day at practice. Like, okay,
that's third preseason game. That's third preseason game. You can start looking at the roster. I might get in. I think I'm doing good.
I start this week. And look,
that's the title there.
Yeah, but look, I mean, basically, all we trying to really say is don't box yourself in. Like, men, women, whoever, don't box yourself in and put expectations on anything. It ain't necessarily got to be a relationship. Don't put yourself in a box with, oh, if I don't get this job, or if I don't get this, or if I don't get that. Like, man, just keep grinding and just, you know, do what needs to be done and just keep pushing forward. That's all it really boils down to at the end of the day. You know, I mean,
I'm gonna say this: communication. Don't be afraid to ask. Like,
yeah. You got to get your question answered.
You can't be scared.
You got to get your question answered. If you got a question, you got to ask it.
Closed mouth don't get fed. I know damn well everybody on this podcast and everybody watching done heard that one before. That's for damn sure true. So we're gonna go ahead on and ease on into this next one. We're gonna stick on these relationships. So check this out. Now, this is something that I can personally speak on because, you know, I've been there. Not, but it's like, can a relationship really be sustained if the woman, now I'm speaking to you hardheads out there, can a relationship be sustained if the woman makes more than the man? Now, Renell, I took the last one. I'm going to go on and throw this one out the backboard for you.
I feel like that's such an old school question, huh?
It is an old school question, so we got to throw it to the oldest mother on here. So,
no, I ain't saying because of that.
Call me, hey. Well, call me Dominique or somebody. I'm going to catch the oop. You Peyton, I'm Kim. I'm going to say this.
Come on, Rain Man.
Can a relationship be sustained? I'm going to say this. A relationship can be sustained by anything if it worked for y'all. So what I'm saying is, if I meet a girl and she make more money than me, but we then grooved past the grooving stage, we together, and yeah, we together, whatever, and everything ain't going good. And then, you know, we look up because, like, if you're in a relationship with somebody, then we a team. We're a group. So all the money, everything that come picking up the kids, chores, all that become a team effort. So it shouldn't matter who's say name on the check that's bringing in the more money if you don't feel like I'm using you. Now, if you feel like somebody using you, that's different. But if you in a happy relationship and everything going good and you just say went to school to be a doctor and he decided to be a mechanic, but it's love there, it shouldn't matter who bringing in the money because like it don't define the relationship by that. But once again, it always come into when they start hearing this from somebody at their job. Oh, so you paying the bills? Or somebody, one of their homegirls, like, oh girl, like he bought what? He bought some Jordans and you making all the money. Like it always come into play with the outside stuff because if you didn't got that far to where the man, you knew the man was making less when you met him. So if you got to as far as y'all in a relationship, you was cool with it. Unless you like, cause I mean, it's just like it don't matter who paying the bills. It's all together. If you cool with knowing that man love you and he there to be with you or whatever, it shouldn't matter or whatever. Like I don't think it should because guess what? A man do it all the time or whatever. So hey, 2020, everybody want to be equal. Hey, roll with
2020 has been a shit show, but
it's a hell of a
2019, everybody was equal. So I don't see a problem with it.
2020, we in this bitch just trying to survive. I feel like really speaking from a man's standpoint, it really boils down to yo. I think what it comes down to is a pride thing. Like, as far as like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, I gotta do this or I gotta do that because she making more than me. Some dudes are cool with that, some aren't. But like you said, Renee, it's really just knowing your situation and knowing that like if y'all have a common understanding, like she might be we just gonna keep it where everybody can relate, hopefully. Like, you know, she might be a nurse and he might work at he might work at the Amazon warehouse or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it works. It works for them. You can't be mad at that. He's okay with that. She's okay with that. You can't listen to the outside interference. But when you got the situations where she listened to the outside interference, his pride whooping his ass, now it's a problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now you in here coming with the such and such said this. Well, damn, I want to be able to do this, and now we in here, we like this. We just in there like that. So back to the last topic, it's all about communication. Like just know what you're dealing with and hopefully have a conversation if the man is in a situation to where he's not making as much as he should or want to make. Have a plan or have something in place to where you want to advance and do something different. Like talk about it with each other. Like, I mean, I don't really think it's a big deal, but again, it's individualized. It's Ross, all about your pride.
Ross, please make more money than me.
There you go.
Shit, please make more money than me.
I have no problem sitting at the damn house. Shit.
Hey, before you start though, Chess, before you start, what about this? It messed with the woman pride too, because like, let's say this woman is a doctor and then another doctor working with her, you a mechanic, say mechanic, you a mechanic, the other doctor like, well, you know, you never like wanted him to fly you out. No, they start getting in your head.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this then. Look, what I about to say is, look, the outside noise, it seems like you think outside noise, if people could cut that out, then they'd just be good in their relationships. Pretty much. That was Mr. Renell thinking in his mind. That's right though. If you got a female or whoever, I'm talking about females making more money. If you got a female making more money, she working with the doctor, and you know the other doctor come like, you know, he's never been able to do this or do that for you. Look, if that move her, then she know she ain't in the right space anyway.
You lost a long time ago. What Future say she belonged to the
street. But you know, people can work on you though. They can work on you though.
They can work on you because what'll happen is stuff at the house ain't just great. Right. It's like
now it's lining up. The house ain't right. Dr. Johnson said that he ain't worth a fuck. So you know what? He ain't worth a damn.
So look, this is what I said though. Look, if you got her and she doctor wherever she at, it don't matter, I don't think, what you doing, but you got to be working hard just like she working hard at least. Like, you can't just be chilling. Like,
let me ask you this. What if you are a dreamer? We know the dreamers out there. What if you're I'm going to go work at, okay, did CJ say that's a hell no?
Okay, the dreamer
I'm all about dreaming. I'm all about dreaming.
So look, we're gonna tie all this in together. So,
just don't go in a coma. You can dream. Yeah.
You can dream. The nigga don't fucking fall too deep in sleep. tie it all together. So it's almost like it's an expectation. Like, well, shit, should I go and do this or should I do that because she expects me or he expects me to do this? Well, we speaking on the men. So it's like, what if I want to paint? What if I want to learn how to build houses? It's like, but you 34 years old and now you talking about you want to learn how to ride skateboards and build skateboards and shit. It's like, should she be behind that?
If she with it, look, it's what he said. Look, if you look, what you could do, dude. Look, I'm gonna tell you because I feel like in my relationship we do a good job of not listening to no outside noise because we ain't got that many friends. So if you could cut the outside noise out and look, and they can talk about it. Look, if he tell her, baby, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get into these skateboards, man. I want to do this or do that. And she like, you know what,
Black
boy?
Tony Hawk.
Look, she like, you know what, boy? I have seen you been watching them YouTube videos of them skateboards. You know, you really into that, huh? Like, yeah, you know, I want to check it out for a couple months. She be like, you know what? We got a little money over here, you know. Go ahead and do that. They might be fine with that in their house, like you say, until somebody from the outside come in.
Outside noise.
So
you letting him build skateboards? What? Skateboards?
No, you got to really be, but they look, them people got to really know themselves. And like that dude got to really have some good self-esteem and not be in a bad place mentally. And if they okay with that, then they should be able to do that.
Yeah. Because look, if the foundation good and the outside noise turned off, like you said, because everybody's house different. Like for instance, I'm gonna tell you, and we done all been around people that do this. Like let's say for instance, I work with somebody and my wife don't cook. But I'm cool with that because she can't cook. I'm cool with eating out. I'm cool with cooking. And you go in there work, and this girl gonna start saying stuff like, "Man, you had to go to Chick-fil-A again." And you're like, "Oh, you like, oh man, you know it's all good." And she got the smothered pork chop and all that, and she like, I ain't like, you work too hard not to be getting a home cooked meal. So when you go home there one day and it ain't right. And you be like, and the wife like, you ain't get Chick-fil-A today?
Wait a minute. So what?
And you like, no, I thought you were
Chick-fil-A sauce.
It's the outside noise, Ross.
I about to say you done let that outside noise slip in, and now that Chick-fil-A was good to you on Tuesday, become Thursday. You want some damn smothered pork chops and greens and everything else. Like, wait a minute, homeboy, you was cool with the Chick-fil-A and the waffle fries. Now you want smothered pork chops.
And then look, man, people ain't no fool, man. You come on talking about some smothered pork chops, we been eating Chick-fil-A every day. Where you get that from?
Man. You know damn well we don't eat no smothered pork chops. Yeah, like what are you talking about?
But I'm gonna tell you, that outside noise been happening since we was little. You remember, like me and Chess into it. Here come Ross. Man, you gonna let him talk to you like that? You know, like, Chess, you ain't gonna say nothing? It happened like that. It happened with people. Hey, Chess ain't take the kid to school today. You let him sleep in. Why he don't help out? But it works for you. But it's always the outside noise.
Always the outside noise. But again, it goes back to knowing your partner. Like, if they can block that
communication, they gotta talk. If they cool with it, then it should be cool.
You can talk that shit all you want, and they can go one end out the other. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear what your miserable ass got to say. That's the only reason you over here trying to blow up my spot, because your ass is miserable. Don't be mad at me.
Be like that a lot of times. Yep.
Man, ooh, they be miserable. Ooh,
and then they hit you with this. Couldn't be me. Well, it ain't you.
It ain't you. That's why your ass was over there miserable.
Yeah.
Hell, your miserable old ass.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, like, we're gonna close that one out, and just saying, like, it's all about basically the basis of your relationship. I guess we can go ahead and say that this podcast was basically focused on relationships this week, fellas, because that's where we was at with it, for at least majority of the topic. So, we'll move right along and keep it kind of light, and let's get into the lighter side of this thing. So we got some sports back. I don't know if y'all saw the football game on yesterday, but Central Arkansas and Austin Peay actually turned out to be a damn good game.
I can't watch anything like that, Ross.
Oh, man, that's so disrespectful.
Oh, that is very disrespectful. Like, that's how I used to be. I used to be like, man, I went to HBCU second time. I used to be like, man, I'm not watching certain type of football. And it's like a stupid mentality because it's like, I'm going to tell you what it is. You don't know the players' names like you know the big college names. Because the football is football. Because we're going to watch high school
not
football.
That I won't watch it.
But you said it like, I'm not watching.
He was just a man. That was typical.
I'm D1, man. I'm not watching that. But
I watched it, and I was thoroughly impressed with the outcome. But moving on to the main question, the NBA bubble with the whole boycott and protest or whatever you want to call it, do we think that they ended it too soon, or should they still be boycotted?
I'm going to tell you, I saw somebody make a good point. Somebody said that if they would have kept it going, they would have had more impact because they said that the same people that they want to help them out in the White House and Senate and all that or whatever, they like turned on sports to kind of get away from all that. It normalized stuff for the whole country. Like we were waiting on sports to come back. Like it made everything kind of like you had something to do or whatever. You didn't have to watch about the COVID or the war, the president. You don't gotta watch. You can get away with the sports. But if they take their sports away, now you got to deal with what's really going on in the world or whatever. So I think I can't say what they should have did because I know it's all kind of contracts involved and all this involved and all that. But it's like that one day, man, it was kind of like I kind of felt like the owners was gonna say whatever they need to say to get you back on the court, and it's like it came across kind of weak. But I wasn't in the meetings though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I wish they could have did it longer.
I'll say this because I've been out of town the past week, so I've been catching things as I can catch them. I caught the Blazers in the Lakers game last night. They closed the series out, and they asked LeBron, of course, about the boycott and all this. And it's just like you said, Renee, it's kind of weak. I felt like he wasn't confident as he should have been with what his response was to the question that was asked. He kept saying something like, he repeated himself twice about like, oh, well, we had a plan in place and we put it into action. It's all about action. But it's like, well, what are you doing? Like, I mean,
what is the action?
What is the action?
They got some action though. They got a little list of things that they said they did.
What I'm saying. We don't know what that list is. A man, Fred VanVleet, was straight up. I think this was before I went out of town, so this was last week. He was like, man, basically he was like, this is bullshit. Like, we can put these shirts on and do all this and do all that, but what is that doing? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what is the purpose of this? Like, so it's like, what is the plan of action? I feel like if you want the people to get behind you and feel like you are genuine, you need to let us know what this list of demands are. Like, what was brought to the table? What did y'all talk about? Like, what's going to be put in place? Because y'all keep talking about, we got a plan and we're going to put it in action. Well, we as consumers and viewers, like, well, what is the plan?
Ross.
You know what I mean?
Ross, they don't care, Ross. They just want to see LeBron dunking on people. Watch this. So you think this. We know just like there was a good point there, like, everybody get away from the noise with the sports. And look, when they came back with the NBA, man, that thing seemed like it just like took a weight off your shoulder, like that you could turn it on ESPN and watch these games. Man, as long as they're out there playing, the people is lulled to sleep. As long as they're in the Coliseum playing, the people gonna be cheering at the house. Or look, you know what people like to? People like to just have something to look forward to.
Expectations.
Like, think about it. If I'm at work and I'm like, man, shoot, I'm gonna go home, man, give me a couple of them beers, man, go check out LeBron and them, you know what I'm saying? They're right there. So really, the people don't care what's on that list.
Yeah, well,
they want
that's
to see
true.
them boys out there playing, and that's black, white, Asian, whoever. That's just what I think. I think that they really don't care because I always tell people, we push the product. Like sports, if we don't watch it, they can't play.
Can't play.
So look, I'm like, what are we looking for them to do? Like,
that's
another. Like they talking about they got a plan in action or whatever. Like, what are they trying to do?
Well, yeah, that's another thing. That's
The
another thing
basketball players, like, what are the basketball players trying to do?
that's another thing that I thought about. It's like, well, what do you expect from these guys? Like, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to go up on the Capitol Hill with their suits on and be like, hey, man, this is over. No more. We're not going to play basketball. It's like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of don't get it, if that makes sense. Not to sound like an asshole, but.
Now, if they don't play, like Renee said, if they don't play and they would have went out that day and, like, say, man, fuck this, playoffs over, like, and we ain't playing, like, then that make a big impact. But they're not.
It's got to be dressed.
It's too much going on in there. It's too much going on.
But like you say though, if they was gonna do what they did the other day, they should have did it from the jump. Say we just ain't playing. Like you in the playoffs now, so it's like.
But see, I forgot who that was that said something. I can't think, but they was like, you know, where it's kind of like, well, what was the point of us even come? I think it might have been McCullum. I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But he was like, you know, what was the point of us even coming here for this if. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if we're gonna quit playing,
he didn't waste his time.
Playing, but we know that the problem is not fixed. So we gonna come in here and do this, but eventually something's gonna happen, and bam, here we are. We done had multiple incidents since they've been in that damn bubble. So it's like, what is the point of us playing? Like, I kind of feel like they should have shut the season down from jump. Like, don't even do it because it's just pointless. Let's just cancel it. Let them fellas use their platform the way they gonna use it with the time off, and then let's come back next year and let's go head on and try to get this thing jumped off.
They gotta have the distraction, Ross.
But yeah, it all
boils down to that. Got to have the distraction in there.
We ain't gonna go
because think about it. Like, look, they boycotted there one day. Look how quick whatever their plan was or whatever they asked for. Look how quick the owners gave it to them. Whatever it was.
When does that ever happen?
Like that's how bad they need y'all to play or whatever. Like. Or what you want, and I heard they're gonna use all the arenas for voting places. They're gonna let all the arenas be for voting.
I heard them say on the game I was just watching Denver and them play. They said that they had got all the I think it was Utah maybe. They had got everybody in their organization registered to vote.
Oh, check this out. Marcellus Wilder said a good point. He said everybody got these shirts on, everybody kneeling and all this, but when they took a poll from the players. Only 25% of them was registered to vote. And he was like, y'all just doing it for the gram because y'all can't change nothing because y'all not even voting or whatever. So, like, that's a good thing to get everybody to vote and all that. And then I heard something, too. They said that a lot of the owners got connections with these politicians or whatever, and they said that they trying to get them to go talk to these people for them like Milwaukee was. Like they trying to get old boy, you know, whoever, all these police officers. They talk to they got connections with them.
That is where I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Broussard on Fox.
We're gonna have to start citing our sources because y'all know that.
Well, whatever, man. You know, you can go find it if you want to or whatever, you know. But whoever it was, they was talking about that right there, and they were saying how. If they did go for a long period of time, these owners are connected around the world. Like you saying, like the dude in Milwaukee probably be going to dinner with the police chief or whoever it is, like, or the district attorney for the state or whatever.
Governor. Probably going down and getting a good ribeye with the district attorney. What do you mean? Yeah. Like, that's easy.
He picked the district attorney.
Yeah, he's picking the district attorney. Yeah.
So he like, hey, bro, I done lost $2 million off concession stands last night. Hey, arrest the dude that did this and that. It'll happen or whatever. But like they said, like you say, Ross, a good point you said. These are basketball players. Like they didn't go to school for politics and all this type of stuff. Like they got some heavy expectations on them just because they playing basketball and football. It's like, man, that's tough.
And see, I feel
like tell them to just be like, whatever, just shut up and dribble.
No. See, that's what I was about to say. No, we don't want to tell them to shut up and dribble. I want you to be.
Look, I don't want to say that, Ross.
I know you did. You just want to throw that one out there. No, we're not telling them to shut up and dribble. I want them out on the front lines, but I want you to be genuine on the front lines. Let's just take the whole names on the back of the jerseys thing, for instance. Well, okay. Well, first of all, LeBron ain't got nothing on his. But you got all these other players that do have these type of messages. But it's like, man, Are they really genuine with that message, or are they just like, well, hell, he did it, so I'm gonna do it, and well, he did it, so I mean, I feel like I gotta do it. I'm not LeBron.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, I seen some of that stuff on the back of them jerseys, and like from like some of the foreign players and whoever else. And now I don't know these players. I don't know what they thinking. I don't know if they really asked for that stuff. But I was thinking like, man, some of them dudes probably went in there and was like, yeah, put whatever you want on the back of that.
Man, just give me some. Just give me some.
Just throw it on there, whatever,
yeah,
man.
give me some. Like, just a look. Oh, you got that equality on there? Yeah, that's gonna be good for my brand. Like,
give me that equality, yeah.
Hey, now before we leave, one person did say something about that should have been dribbled. One of them politicians was like, when they come to watch basketball, they come to watch basketball or football. They said you don't want to watch the Republican convention and Trump them out there playing flag football.
Yeah, I heard that. I hope that bitch get out there playing flag football and break his head.
They was like, so hey, I mean, like that's why I say I can't judge them because I know there's a lot of pressure, and it's like you asking me to fix something that ain't nobody else been able to fix, and I didn't even go to school for it. But I did hear that they talked to Obama too about like how to actually do things. So
consulted with him or whatever. But like that's another thing. Like, folks don't hear that. You talk to who? You consulted with who? Shit, man. You know some folks out there don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, off the NBA, one of the hottest receivers in college football. I'm personally a fan myself.
The hottest.
Let me correct that because I'm a fan. The hottest receiver.
He's the hottest.
In the NCAA coming up. Mr. Jamar Chase. That boy opted out. Now, well, not only him, we got a few big names. And I saw a post actually earlier where fellas was like, man, do I really want to watch football this year with college? Because it ain't got that same pop because them big names ain't going to be.
First of all, I don't know who said that, but they can cut it out. If college football come on that TV right now and it's LSU versus Florida, I don't care who on the field,
we going to watch. There you go. The comment I saw was they don't rebuild, they just reload.
Yeah, they got other dudes there. But look, you know who I thought about?
Dude, don't say his name, dude.
I ain't gonna say no name.
Don't say his name. I mean,
but look, Chase gone. So if they do get on the field, he the man.
Did Chase leave anything to do with Burrow out there either? Did they have anything to do with him?
No.
That's why in his mind, he like, bro, we gonna look bad anyway because I got this new quarterback. I ain't finna even risk it. I might drop. Okay, let me say this. So right now, when Burrow left, he rated number 1 receiver probably, right? What can he do this year to make himself better?
It don't matter if he would have had Burrow back again. He still couldn't have did nothing. Watch this.
He couldn't have.
He done won a national championship. He won the best receiver award. I saw his stats today. This dude had 84 catches for like 1,800 yards and like 20 touchdowns.
Nuts. Your tape is done. So I'm going to say this.
Dang, he don't need to come back and play no more.
So look here. As somebody that's played the position, if I was in this situation right now.
That's crazy numbers.
I'm out. I'm going to get the cash. Where's my agent? Who is my agent?
You going to red shirt.
Look, because watch this. You know what I thought about? You know what's going to happen? He was just in Baton Rouge. He finna go to San Diego.
And train.
Palm Beach,
Florida.
Going to
San Diego train.
They're going to put him up in a nice condo, a whole apartment or wherever he want. He going to be training on the beach, sipping Mai Tais, getting ready for the draft.
But look, now you got extended time versus, let's just say, February, the end of January to April.
Yeah.
Now you got September to the end of April. I'm training. I'm getting right.
And you know who said it? Keyshawn said that he was like, man, he was talking about on boy for Ohio State, the quarterback. And he was like, man, really, if he was him, what you just saying, what Chase finna do, they got so much longer to like focus on getting ready for the NFL that other kids didn't have because they busy playing, trying to win a national championship. Like they can already take their mind to the league, like way early and get into more film and like working with the NFL people now.
Well, let me say this then. So y'all feel like this was like not an excuse for Chase, but it kind of like he had nothing to play for regardless if the COVID wasn't around.
Right.
Yeah.
So when he got made this decision, like would it have been smart for him to even maybe still do it?
Well, he had no choice because he what? A true
Right, he had to come back because
I
just
didn't know that.
He had no choice.
This just worked out for him then.
He a junior this year.
Is that true though?
Yeah, true junior. He had to come back.
Okay, well, yeah. Like, I'm out.
So let me ask you this: like, it's more like I'm gonna tell you what somebody said too. They said the boy should have already been $1 million now, because you know how they play him in the NCAA. They don't get paid. So,
but look, all them boys on the LSU team last year would have racked up with that season.
So when you start seeing a lot of more players do this, regardless of the COVID being out there, not with like how they do it at the bowl season. But when they just start doing it, like, man, I'm taking off, bro. They say I'm already number one. Like, I ain't finna hurt myself for all that.
It's gonna happen more and more, because like, well, boy, they be cutting out of the bowl games. But you talking about like skipping that
like how Chase did for the whole season,
skipping that whole year.
Yeah.
You have to really. I think something had to happen.
Somebody
like,
did that.
Get hurt or like something. Where you be like, man, nah, bump.
Like skip the whole season.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I can go back to high school. I know my quarterback skipped this senior year in high school, which
that's what I was thinking. Like, if I'm the number one,
I said, boy, you cold with that one, boy.
If I'm number one quarterback,
right there, boy.
Like they say, Trevor Lawrence. Now I'm gonna say this about the college football too. We ain't talking about that. What is it gonna look like? I mean, I know you're saying we're gonna watch, but
so y'all didn't even watch the game with Central Arkansas and Austin Peay because y'all just looked down on those type of teams.
No.
I didn't know it was on TV.
I would have checked it out, but I didn't see it on. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, you didn't see it on. Well, anyway.
Well, what I say when I meant that is like if you gonna have your Ohio State, your Michigan, and all that, it's gonna kind of feel like so they just playing each other in conference or whatever. Like,
you know what?
Yeah, they actually are in the same conference. But you know what? I will say, as I'm watching it, it wasn't because of the teams. It was like, damn, it don't even seem like I'm supposed to be watching this right now. But it didn't feel like, because I'm thinking to myself, I had to look at my calendar like, damn, I'm supposed to be amped up. Like, I'm supposed to be getting ready.
This the weekend, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Like, this upcoming weekend is the weekend. This is the one. And it's like, I'm not there mentally, but I'm still trying to wrap my mind around these two teams playing. It's good to watch some ball, but they actually played. Austin Peay is in Tennessee, and Central Arkansas is in Arkansas. They played in Alabama, Montgomery, and they only had 2,000 fans there. They gave one school 400, gave the other school 400 tickets, and then the rest of them was available online. Everybody had masks on, they were spaced out, but it's like it wasn't 2,000 fans there, but it's like, well, hell, it probably wouldn't only been about 2,000 people there anyway, so it really don't matter.
Oh, you can throw slurs, but I can't throw the slurs. Okay.
I contributed to the ratings. You didn't even pay. You didn't even watch.
Look, I saw the top 25. I was looking for them Cajuns. The Cajuns is ranked number 41, by the way, in the top 120 or whatever. So
they gonna sneak in there?
We're gonna get in there before the end of the year.
Hey, I'm a Cajun fan, man. I rocks with the Cajuns.
Look, the teams that's not playing. Like the big, who is it? The Big 12? No, not the Big 12. The Big 10.
Big 12 playing, baby.
They had beside their name like not participating this season. Like they had them ranked still. Like Oregon was like up there top like 12 or something, and they had not playing this year. Then they had another team not playing this year. So I was like, they gonna still do the rankings and stuff, and they gonna still pick a champion because out of whoever playing, watch.
Yeah. I mean, they
look. They got to get this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all about that.
They gonna still try to do the BCS playoffs. They gonna pick a Heisman. They gonna do all of it.
Ain't no BCS no more.
Oh, they not doing that? I mean, whatever.
You still BCS, man. That thing been on. I don't know what you talking about. Ain't 2009. I don't know what you talking about. But yeah, man. I mean, I think it's good because, like you said, he really doesn't have anything to lean on because he done already his scholarship. I mean, his foundation is pretty much set. But yeah, man, we gotta. I would feel remiss if we didn't if we didn't touch on this one for a second, man. We lost somebody, man, this weekend. And it was actually a shock to everybody, man. We lost Chadwick Boseman, man, the Black Panther, you know. It kind of caught me off guard, man. Baby bro texted me and told me about it, and I had to go check on it. And I'm like, what? And I became a fan of his, man, really with the Jackie Robinson movie. And then, you know, he did the Thurgood movie, and then he did, of course, Black Panther and the James Brown movie. You just kind of become fans of certain people, and then you kind of hear them speak, and then you kind of see what they stand for or whatever. And I was a fan of dude, man, like for real. And that one kind of hurt me, man. And I know it's a lot of young kids out there that looked up to that dude just based off the action figure and, you know, what he stood for. And it's like, I know it's a lot of little kids out there hurt, man. There's grown folks out there hurt. So, I mean, man, I just want to get y'all thoughts on it, man. And, you know, we just got to give our respect to somebody. And I want to go ahead and consider an early legend. I'm going to throw it out there.
I'm going to say this. Like, my little girl loved Black Panther. I'm talking about, like, not necessarily the movie itself, but I thought about when like you say, it came as a surprise. I seen somebody, you know, say he had passed away, and if you just remember when the movie first came out, how everybody was wearing the African gear and lined up at the movies, and everybody had that pride about themselves, even though it was a fictional movie, but really was it fictional? Or was it really like showing you what we was or whatever, and probably still is that we don't even see?
Or what we need to try to get to be.
Yeah, so it wasn't like people say, man, it was a made-up movie. It's like, you know, I don't know. Like, it kind of did for black people kind of like what Obama did when he got in office. Like, it made black people have that pride again and all that. So, man, he had that movie there, he had some impact. And I'm going to tell you, too, that wasn't even my favorite movie, dude. I like James Brown.
Yeah, I like James Brown.
Man, I like James Brown. So, and when I was watching the clips of him, when I watched the clips of him going around, I was like, man, he seemed like he was a real good dude. And he was 4 years. They say he shot a lot of them movies being sick.
Being sick, man.
So it was like, man.
Because he passed diagnosed as what, stage 4, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you progressed through all that and you still gave us these jewels and these treasures that we can hold on to, man. It's like, that speak a lot to that man's character.
Look, yeah, you know what? I think Renell, we was talking about it, and he was like, man, the dude seemed like he was such a good dude, just like a good person. Like, but look, last night we were sitting up in here watching whatever, and I was just scrolling on Facebook, and I seen somebody put it up, and then I went to check the Google, and I was like, huh?
Gotta check the Google.
Yeah. Watch this. In 2020, I ain't surprised by nothing. I was like,
I wouldn't be surprised if Godzilla came out the damn ocean tomorrow. It wouldn't shock me.
I was like, you know what? That's crazy as hell, but you know, that's how it happened. But I thought about how, like, man, the impact that he had on these kids.
Right.
These kids we never seen the Black Panther movie. Like, you know, that's a new, you know, little thing they did. And that mess made a huge deal on them children, dude. When, like you said, when that mess was out, first of all, Kim went and saw it 3-4 times. And then look, I said, you know what I thought that was cool? I saw people putting up like they pictures when the movie was out. And like I seen like somebody had got married and they whole bride and grooms was had did like that or whatever. Like, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. This is what he did. Look. The man came and do what he came to do.
There you go. We can speak on that.
Look at the roles he played. Black Panther, Jackie Robinson, James Brown.
Thurgood Marshall.
And I was about to say there's a couple more movies that I don't know about, but.
Well, them is about his strongest, like
he came, like, watch this. What I thought about was like, you know, only certain people can play a person. They only go get certain people for that. And so he came to like play those people, like, and get up out of here.
It's crazy, man. Crazy. Man. We just want to send our condolences and show our love to the late great Chadwick Boseman. You know, we all loved him, really, because he was something that we could stand for, and he gave a lot of these little kids hope, man. So we're gonna try to move on through 2020. That's damn.
Oh.
Who we gonna try to move on through 2020?
Oh, look, we didn't, man, the hurricane. Speaking of 2020.
Yeah, y'all felt that.
The hurricane, look, Lake Charles is smashed. It's bad down there. I've been seeing people putting up the videos more and more. And, yeah.
And you got more ties down there than I do, so you see it more. I don't see a few.
You know, I know. And then, yeah, I know a lot of people down there. So, yeah, 2020 is, it's like, yeah. But look, watch this, though. What's going to make 2021 better? What if it keep getting crazy and crazy?
I be seeing people. Look, I be seeing people talking about, I can't wait till 2020 over. Well, shit, who knows what 2021?
What that's gonna bring?
Hey, now I'm gonna tell you this: if we doing this show in 2021, and we say, man, remember we thought we wanted to get out of 2020. Look at 20. Hey, I don't know what's gonna be going on. Hey, like you say, maybe Godzilla gonna come back.
Tell you, man, Godzilla gonna come up out the ocean and the damn King Kong gonna fall out the sky, and we just gonna be really living in the damn movie, man. I wouldn't be shocked. It would not surprise me. I'd just look at my phone and be like, well, yeah, I saw that one coming. So, I mean, I don't know, man, but with entertainment, my review this week, this one on me. Mr. Don Tolliver, Heaven to Hell. Now, we got some, I really don't even honestly know what the opinions are on this one. Honestly, I mean, I don't really know whether people stand on this one. So, this is the week. Oh, man, okay. Here we go. Busting up the props. So, I see where this one is going. So, let's go ahead on and make this one quick, man, and wrap this thing up. So,
what you think about it, Ross?
I mean, man, okay, well, you know me, man. I take that music a little bit differently. I've always been a fan of Travis Scott's mixing. And you know Don Tolliver is a Travis Scott guy. And with them beats and his mixing and the way it all tie in and the songs, it's like I get in that zone. You know that zone. And it's like, man, he just take me somewhere. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look, when you first put it in the group and I would just scan through it, I was like, okay, you know, we're going to check out the new Dom Kennedy. You know, cool. I like Dom.
Don Tolliver, not Dom Kennedy. Don't you disrespect.
Look, that's what I'm saying. I thought it was Dom Kennedy the whole time. So
okay. I got you.
Look, I go and I just pressed it and just pressed play. I was working out. And I'm listening. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, this ain't no damn Dom Kennedy. I looked at the phone. Look. I looked at the phone. I was like, Don Tolliver. And I was like, who the hell is Don Tolliver? I'm like,
exactly.
Who the hell is Don Tolliver? Because look, his music, I didn't know what I was listening to.
Right.
Then when I figured out, I said, oh, this one of them dudes with Travis Scott. So look, I had to kick it back. I started it over, and I said, okay, look, this is what you put on when you know we used to do back. You know, that's what you put on.
Yeah.
Now look,
I had to take you somewhere with this.
You gotta know what you're listening to.
There you go.
You gotta know what you're listening to. Look,
there you go.
This guy is for you to partake in your recreational drugs or, you know, whatever you like to do, you know, drink, you know. This guy's trying to put you in a certain zone.
Right.
Yeah.
But I will say he does, not every song is necessarily drug induced.
No.
But he does have a few that will take you to somewhere that you might not want to be if you ain't ready. But I listen to it for just like the quality of like I said, like I like to hear the mixing. Like that's what brought me into the weekend after Drake threw him out there. It's like, man, I'm hearing this dude engineering and his mixing and shit. It's like, man, they putting these sounds like sonically, the shit is like dope, as the youngsters say. Like,
look at him, bro.
Man, come on, man.
I ain't saying nothing.
That's just a battle rapper here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Like I say, I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna call them trash because, like y'all made some good points. Like music is for different times or whatever. Like I tried to listen to it. I went into it already with the wrong expectations. Right. I thought he was like this lyricist.
Okay, so you went into it expecting like bars.
Like I'm thinking he finna be rapping. I didn't know where he was from.
Expecting bars, Ross.
No, because I'm
expecting bars.
Hold on. So how can you say you expect bars, but then you gonna sit up and call my man Nasir trash? Yep.
Don't go there, Ross. Don't go there. This ain't the boy.
I did it.
He definitely overrated. I don't call him. He definitely overrated. I mean, like, woo. Like, but I'm gonna say this, like, we're gonna talk about that Nas thing because, like, man, if you had when the last time you know somebody, yeah, and I know you listen to music, I get that. But nobody is listening to Nas. Like when it come out,
this is Don Tolliver.
Okay. I'm say this. When I cut it on, I was listening. I'm like, okay, he doing the auto tune. I got a lot of Travis Scott, and I thought it was gonna change until like he may sing a little bit in the beginning, then he gonna start rapping. But he never did. He just was like, it wasn't bad. I'm gonna say this, it wasn't bad, but it was kind of like, to me, it was a lower level of Travis Scott. And like I said, I'm not saying it's bad, but you have to like this style of music. Travis Scott sometimes can not just always do it for me. So when I listen to a lesser version of him, I kind of was like, I couldn't get with it, but I'm not saying he trash. Well, I did say he was trash, but I'm not gonna say he trash. I'm gonna say he wasn't. He wasn't for me. He wasn't for me. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do Travis Scott.
Okay, so
that's fair. That's fair.
So let's just go round robin. Me personally, I've been on this one since it dropped, so I'm biased. So I'm gonna say 7.5. CJ, what you got?
6.5.
And okay, Mr.
I'm just gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna say it's average because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't nothing that, like I say, I was like, man, this dude sound like Travis Scott.
Right. I just look, you had people, you know that man, we Mr. Double XL. You had people that was mad because he wasn't a freshman. But look, he said that because they wanted him to do the freestyle, and it kind of speak on to what you were saying. He was like, nah, I ain't gonna do no freestyle. He thought he was just gonna show up, do the photo shoot, and dip. And he was like, they was like, nah, you gotta do the freestyle. He's like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. But it's
and ain't nothing wrong with that. Like he do music.
Yeah, he's not a rapper, so
nothing wrong with that.
It's like you can't force him into something that like that's not his lane.
You trying to embarrass me? That's what you trying to do.
Yeah, it's like you trying to make me get up here and do some shit that I really don't want to do. So I respect that, but at the same time, I kind of feel like because took that road trip, I swore I heard After Party and Cardigan at least 10 times on the radio.
Oh, they jam.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
they play After Party all day.
So it's like he gonna make that transition. He gonna look. Hey, that's fine for them. He just
no. I'm just saying, like, no.
He just getting his foot in the door. He gonna leave y'all and he gonna go over there on that pop side. And he gonna start.
He gonna do all that. Yeah, he can do all that.
That's all.
So he a young dude.
Ross, we don't know where the Coco's back in the day, and you put that Don Tolliver on, and I'm in that back seat. I'm like, okay, I see where you're going with this. Okay. I be like,
it's one of those type of nights.
Before we go, where y'all going when you put Nas on? You and Ross. Where y'all right?
First of all,
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Well,
Starbucks? Man, don't front on Starbucks. Don't act like y'all don't go to Starbucks.
I'm just saying, where are y'all going? Like, what is the move?
You talking about like, okay, we moving around back in the day, we get ready to bust out.
Yeah, and somebody, man, cut that Nas on. They gonna be like, man, you don't get out this car.
Nas is a road trip album.
Now look, you can speak on it. We used to throw that Jim Jones on. You can't say we didn't used to throw that Jones on.
Jones.
He loved Jones.
Man, I'm with Jones too. Yeah. Pray for Rain is classic, but that's a whole nother story that we ain't gonna get into. We'll talk about that on a later day, man.
Look, we're gonna have to get Nas. We're gonna have to get the Nas review in because this dude's not gonna stop.
We gonna.
It's gonna be biased. He done.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, you're right, bro.
No.
Look, he done pull out trash bags. He gonna pull out the BFI trash bags and stand next.
I might go get his kid. Let me say this though. Before we go, like I just want to have an honest conversation about Nas, Jay-Z, and Biggie, and just really be like, honestly, man. Let me say this: everybody put them in their top 5, but I bet you had to get everybody computer and phone. They not in their top 5 streams. They not in their top 5 listens. It just sounds like something good to say.
Check me. Don't make me pull mine up. I'm strong
Yes.
to it, but I agree with what you're saying. Don't put Nas in your top 5 if you're not a Nas fan. Like
it's just listening to Nas out of his whole lifetime. Have he listened to Nas enough to where he top 5 listens for chess? No. So why you
think? I didn't say he was, but you be disrespecting the man.
That's what it is.
I'm going off how much I listen to him. I don't listen to him.
Oh man, you gotta have some love for God's son, man. But look, we'll be
all night with that.
We'll touch on that maybe next week, maybe later on. I don't know. Y'all stay tuned and just rock with us. And so we just gonna close it out like that, fellas. Y'all got any type of closing thoughts y'all want to leave people with? We got an audience now.
All I want to say is like, hey, it don't cost nothing to go subscribe to the YouTube channel, go like the Facebook page, go like the Instagram page. All the links gonna be in the video. Just subscribe. That's all I got to say.
Same.
Oh, and comment on the video. Let us know.
We want to hear what y'all got to say.
Yeah.
Look, topics. You know, if you
give us some topics.
Man, you know, maybe y'all talk about this or that. You know.
Yeah. I know some of y'all fellas out there, y'all fellas going to the barbershop, getting them lined up, getting them fresh face. I know y'all in there shooting shit, man. Comment. Ladies, this is 3 different perspectives. Go on, throw it out there. Let's give it to them. So y'all make sure y'all go on and tune in. Hit the link on the YouTube. It will be in the post. Follow us on Instagram at Universal_Citizens318. Follow myself at TRoss_318. Renell at Renell J. And CJ at A_humble_center on Instagram. And that's what it is. We'll see y'all next week. Tune in. And hey, if y'all got something y'all want to talk about, drop it. Let's do it. That's what we're here for. Universal Citizens.
We out.